when I'm fine. Because you ever notice like that last year or whatever, everybody watches all the shows. Like I got clients, they're now watching Seinfeld finally, you know? Okay. So Rabbi Ben Simmons was fed up with his congregation, and he decided to skip services on Yom Kippur, the holiest day on the Jewish calendar, and instead go play golf. Moses was looking down from heaven and saw the rabbi on the golf course. He naturally reported to God. Moses suggested God punish the rabbi severely. As he watched, Moses saw the rabbi Ben Simmons playing the best game he'd ever played. The rabbi got a hole-in-one on the toughest hole in the course, and then again on the next hole. Moses turned to God and asked, I thought you were going to punish him. Do you call this punishment? God replied, who can he tell? Okay, okie dokie.
Dilation has recovered.
Ooh, the dilation has recovered. Oh, you're so Ron L. Part of
the dilation.
Yes. Do you need more dilithium crystals?
Yes, definitely.
Take them up.
And I'm going to recalibrate the thermostat.
Yay.
Yeah. So here we are, all in Second Life. You remember the old days? I mean, the really old days when there was you and only a Lyndon? There was no one else? I remember back in 2006, 2007, when the girls were trying to see if they could get a Lyndon to have sex with them. It was a big deal back then to try.
I haven't seen a Lyndon since 2008.
Really?
That's right, because there are none here anymore.
I
haven't seen a Lyndon in a long time.
Second Life is brought to you by Yahoo and AOL.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Netscape, right. How about Microsoft? I couldn't believe it. They have an Apple store and a Microsoft store in the mall. The one upstairs is the Apple store. There's 7,000 people waiting for a fucking iPhone outside. The thing is packed like you've never seen anything, right? And there's one guy in a Microsoft store looking out forlorn. You know, it's like like a cartoon you'd see like in a New Yorker ad or something, right? And that's pretty sad. All right, here's another one. David Greenbaum's the devoutly religious man who believes in the power of prayer. His house is caught in the rising waters of a devastating flood. A rowboat comes to rescue him. He refuses it because he waits for God to save him. As the water rises, Greenbaum climbs higher and higher up the house, refusing each time. Finally, he drowns and goes to heaven, complains bitterly to the Lord. You guys have all heard this once before, in which he says, how can you say that, David, when David says to him, you didn't save me. I sent 4 boats. Okay. All right, that's it. All right, that's old. Joshua's on his deathbed one night when the wind is howling and the rain beating down fiercely. His wife Rachel comes in and asks if she can do anything for him. He replies, call a priest. Darling Josh, you're delirious. You mean a rabbi? No, I mean a priest. Why send the rabbi out so late on such a night? Hello, everybody. We all having fun tonight?
Yay.
Mm-hmm. Are the meds working?
They're kicking in, yeah.
Mine are kicking in, yeah.
Yeah.
My meds are balanced.
You
I heard
remember
What's
that?
good
Lee?
about
Oxycontin,
Oxycontin, that's when you got cut off in the middle.
Right after she got cut off, I got logged off. I couldn't get back in for about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Kept saying, the region hasn't written the log off process.
No, we're totally blaming you, Lauren.
Yep.
You
Yeah, I
crashed
know.
us.
Yeah, you
Exactly. The region is whatever. They have all sorts of excuses. You know, these are the same people that their original job before being Lyndon's were the ones who would write general fault protection errors. You remember that? You'd have like this computer, and all of a sudden it would go blue with a little white goes, we have a general protection fault error located in .09 for it, and there'd be thousands of things. And then if you ever reach somebody, they say, well, could you give us the whatever, the code, whatever you found there? What the hell, you think I wrote that down? No way. Just fix it. I got a flat. Right.
Have you tried turning it off and on?
Yeah, I remember when I used to come into Second Life way back when, and it would crash, and you try to log back on. It said, You'll have to wait until sometime in the future in Pacific time, right? Remember that?
Yeah, that's the
Like
message.
5 minutes, 11.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's exactly what mine told me.
Yeah, but do you remember when you
Your
used to
account will
wait?
not be available for a blah blah blah.
Yeah, do you remember when you used to wait? You wouldn't click again. You say, oh, I'll wait, I'll go in the other room. Then one day you came in and you like kicked the side of your chair or something and you got in. You said, oh, that's how it works. So every time it happened, you'd kick your chair and you'd get in. Right? You thought that's what made it work.
I never believe the time. I just keep clicking.
Yeah,
I thought YouTube
guys-
made Second Life work personally.
right. Oh, yeah, YouTube. Apple took YouTube off their iPhone.
Stupid.
Yeah,
Yes.
they put on NoTube. Right. That's great. But I really like my iPhone IO 6. It finally deleted all the people that were contacts that I didn't like.
Good thing he didn't like anybody. Oh, God.
Siri now only answers the phone for those people that Siri thinks you should be talking to. And you just know that it's either Mitt Romney or Barack Obama calling you when you get a unknown.
You know,
You get a lot of unknown calls lately, anybody? Unknown.
tons.
I mean, we should be able to answer them back like, not here.
Not found.
And did anybody ever think that at any time those little calls when you answer the phone and it takes like 7 seconds and it says, hi there, it's a recording talking to you? Did anybody ever say, yes, I want that product? Or whatever it is, Did anybody ever stay on long enough? I mean, we should stay on and just see who's there. And then when they answer, they go,
Freak him out. It's like, I'm so interested.
What are you wearing?
hi, I'm in Folsom Prison. Yeah, I'm a serial killer. I like to kill people who make calls on the unknown. I'm getting out next week. I can't wait to come see you. Yeah, I was able to track your IP address. I'm be there
I just
soon.
saw 69 you. I'm going to come get your ass.
That is a marvelous idea.
I think what we should have is something like when they call and they have like a robot talking to you, press a button and you have a robot talk back to them. Wouldn't it be great?
How long before the phones get intelligent? They're all calling each other.
Yeah. I love when somebody calls like that. I just answer the phone and go, yeah, this is so-and-so. I go, yeah. So do you want that in black or in purple? Yeah. Is this your AXP number I have here? I'm just taking it down off your phone. Yeah. Just answer them like that, like you're taking an order from them. See what they say. No. Right.
Good. Yes.
Samuel Cohen was the oldest of 7 children. Unfortunately, he had to leave school early and work to help support his younger brothers and sisters. So Samuel never learned to read. Years later, when he married and opened a bank account, he signed his checks XX. Samuel then started his own tailoring business in the Golden Green, London, where soon prospered and he became a very rich man. One Thursday, he got a call from the bank. Mr. Cohen, I wanted to ask you about the check. We weren't sure you really signed it. After all these years, you've been signing your checks XX, and this one's signed XXX. Samuel sighed. He said, since I became rich, my wife thought I should have a middle name. All right, so let's see. We got Doc Grun, CatBoy, and Bieberman. And Doc Grun hasn't gone first in a long time, correct, Doc Grun?
A long
And next
time,
week he's
yeah.
going to be the MC in charge of everything. Well, I go out to see whether Grizzlies really can be fended off with whatever.
Garlic.
God only knows.
Garlic.
All right, you're up.
And since next week is going to be kind of a birthday celebration, I'm wondering if we might want to make it a birthday suit party. That might be interesting. That'll get some-
Ooh.
Do you want to see this naked?
Bring your fig leaves. Okay. I've only got a couple things here because I'm saving all my my good stuff for next week when I'm going to need it. But I've decided, I've been working real hard at work here and trying to get old dogs to learn new tricks. I've decided I'm going to change my career, okay? It's just too much for me. I want a job where I can do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it, whether it's right or not. I only want to work 3 months out of the year and have no repercussions about anything I do. And no, I'm not going to be a congressman. Okay, that's right. I'm going to be an NFL referee. Okay.
Oh yeah, right on.
So a volunteer does NFL referee.
Where else besides congressmen and weathermen can you be wrong 80% of the time and still keep your job? That is America, my friends. Okay. Now, I've got a couple things here because I'm going to be getting into the swing of things. I got to get used to how people are going to deal with it. So I've come up with some things that you can say to a replacement ref. Okay. These are things that you want to be able to say to a replacement ref. First of all, if you're a player and you're upset with a call, hey ref, if I said you was fucking useless twat, what would you do? The ref, well, I'd send you off. Well, what if I just thought it? Well, you can think whatever you like. Okay, well, I think you're a fucking twat. Okay. Now these are things that you say to a replacement ref. How many times do I have to slap you before you reverse that call? Is that your penalty flag, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh.
Now this is a point of order here. No, that was a squib kick. He doesn't need a do-over, honey. Okay. You couldn't make a phone call. You couldn't make a call from a phone booth. I fucked that one up. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Ref, I found your cell phone. Now you got 8 missed calls.
Oh, that's a good one. That's one, yeah.
Ref, get off your knees and quit blowing the game. Jesus. Even AT&T couldn't mess up that call. Here's my favorite. Hey, ref, does your wife know you're fucking us? And we got a chant we're going to start between quarters. We need a rope, a tree, to hang the referee. It's kind of catchy. It'll catch on, I think. Now, I have some reasons here, because I like to draw a lot of parallels between real life and Second Life. I have a lot of reasons here that I come up with why Second Life is better than sex. Okay, these are reasons that Second Life is better than sex, and I'm sure you'll go right along with me here. In Second Life, if you make it through an entire lovemaking session without crashing or making a fool out of yourself, you put it in your profile. You're proud of it. In Second Life, there is no gender bias, as there's an odds-on chance that the beautiful Haitian girl you're lying next to is really a bald-headed man from Minneapolis. Where else can you get it on in 15 different positions while simultaneously making a sandwich in the other room? That comes in handy. Premature ejaculation is not an issue unless your hand slips off the mouse, which has happened on occasion. Okay. Unlike real life, Second Life never sleeps, so luckily for you, it's always closing time somewhere, and that woman's going to leave with a man no matter what, so your odds are pretty good. Okay. In Second Life, a man's sexual prowess is measured by the speed of his fingers, not the size of his charm. Okay? Cab fare home is about 13 cents. I like that feature, okay? And divorce costs less than a new pair of shoes, okay? Here's a good feature. No skanks. I like that one. Now,
Oh, that's rude.
if you don't like the partner you're with, you can always log off and say you crashed and they believe you. Reason Second Life is better than sex. Wake up and de-res. Okay. Here's one. Where else can you be fully engaged in a sensual act of love while at the same time fighting off famine or buying more acres? That's why I love Second Life. Now, for the ladies,
Thank you.
thanks to translator programs, you now know 13 languages in which to say, "Is it in yet, hun?" Here's one for the guys. Multiple orgasms are no problem. You just keep clicking. If you're not good at emoting the act of love, you really don't have to, because now your genitals talk to each other. That's a handy little feature. I'm washing my hair is no longer a valid excuse. I'm changing my hair is. Okay, and
Okay.
reasons Second Life is better than sex. Even if you screw up and knock your partner up. She's only pregnant a month, and the kids are grown up and moved out of the house in 4 or 5 days, so why not have fun, okay? That is my spiel for tonight. See you
Bravo, 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 bravo. Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you, I was watching those, those referees, whatever you want to call them. I kind of thought it was fun. I took out my handkerchief, threw it across the room. My son said, "What are you doing that?" I said, "Oh, penalty. Refs, delay of game." Yeah, but it'd be really fun, as long as they're going down and finding referees that know so little about the game. Wouldn't it be great if they got referees from other sports? Wouldn't that be something? Like, referees, umpires of synchronized swimming. Sorry, you guys are out of formation. 15 yards. or like soccer, Wow, when they kicked it through the goalpost, that was all net. Orchid sent a message. What'd she say? Let's see. During show, but I'm not home. Crap asked to say hi. He got his room post-op. He'd come in world, but they won't let him. That's great, huh?
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So, yeah. Here are some great things, right? How about some guy says, "Hi, I love sex. You look hot." And then says, "My wife doesn't understand me." Isn't that terrible when a guy says, "You're great, but my wife doesn't understand me"? Let me explain something. I'm not going to understand you either. Yeah. A man was crossing a road one day when a frog called out and said, "If you kiss me, I'll turn into a beautiful princess." Bent over, picked up the frog, and put it in his pocket. Frog spoke up again and said, "If you kiss me and turn me into a beautiful princess, I'll tell everyone how smart and brave you are and how you are my hero." Man took the frog out of his pocket, smiled at it, returned it to his pocket. Frog spoke up again and said, "If you kiss me and turn me back into a beautiful princess, I'll be your loving companion for an entire week." Man took the frog out of his pocket, smiled at it, and returned it to his pocket. The frog then cried out, "If you kiss me and turn me back into a princess, I'll stay with you for a year and do anything you want." Again, the man took the frog out, smiled at it, and put it back in his pocket. Finally, the frog asked, "What's the matter? I've told you I'm a beautiful princess, that I'll stay with you for a year and do anything you want. Why won't you kiss me?" Man said, "Look, I'm a computer programmer. I don't have time for a girlfriend, but a talking frog is pretty cool." Oh, God. Pretty sad. Laugh at my own jokes. Is that weird? Yeah. So here's another one. How about this? Guys, do you think of girls in first life like they're not dateable if you don't like their AO?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Is that Dr. Fran? Hey, Dr. Fran.
Hello.
Wow, good to see you. Yeah.
Happy Yom Kippur. Did you say that? Am I fully chill here?
I thought it was Yom
girls.
Kippers.
Yeah, it's Yom Kippur's. It's either the ones with mustard or the ones with tomato sauce. I don't know which.
And I don't think you're supposed to be happy.
Right.
I've atoned for my sins. It's all good now.
Here's a great line in Second Life that somebody told me. A guy once said to her that, "I've dated at least 300 women in Second Life, and you're in the top 8. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I used to I had a prim baby. So when a guy come up to me and say, "Gee, would you go out with me?" I just hand him a baby and go, "Is this yours?" Of course, in voice. It makes a better impression. Yeah. How about them? Somebody starts talking about how they knit their cat sweaters, right? Isn't that somebody you want to go out with, guys? Is that right? Yeah. You ever ask a guy if he has Excite parts and he takes them out and you go, "That one looks a little small for me." Yeah. I'll tell you, one guy said he couldn't stand girls with too many gestures.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Another guy said he couldn't stand chicks that wore berets in Second Life. I mean, do you remember half the hats had to be berets or something because it wouldn't fit? Yeah.
My beret on.
here's one. This was an ad that was actually taken out in Second Life. I've read this before. I like it. I'm placing an ad I should have placed a long time ago. Anyway, I'm looking for a man who is willing to be my baby's daddy. It's always been my dream in this game to experience the beauty of being pregnant and having a baby. You would be helping a lady in the USA who cannot bear children in real life, so this means a lot to me. I'd rather not do it alone. What I'm looking for is a man who will be there throughout the pregnancy, delivery, and after, not just during the time it takes to make the baby and then move on. I've been burned a lot, so this is my last-ditch effort. This man needs to be no less than 60 days old, must be an active player. You should also have a good-looking Avi. No freebie bullshit, and you must be willing to pay half the cost of everything. So I know you're serious. Please send me a note card telling me about yourself when you play online and a picture of your Avi. I look forward to hearing from you. Right. I'll bet you this girl got more answers than you can imagine, right?
Also, family line through your second grandmother and a DNA sample, please.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Half the cost. Which half? Oh, yeah. Anyhow, so we're having some fun here. We've got another comedian to come up here. And I think this time, who went before who last week? Did you go first, CatBoy, before Beaterman, or Beaterman before you, or neither of you did it?
I went before.
I was before
think so.
CatBoy.
It was Biederman.
Oh.
You both went before. That's an amazing. I love it. They both went before each other. Beaterman, come on and get up here and do your stuff. Bieberman.
All right.
Bieberman. All right. And welcome. This is one of our newer comedians. As you know, the first 3 weeks we don't laugh at any new comedian's jokes, so this is only your second week, so go ahead.
You're still on probation.
Oh, well, fantastic. It's a good thing that I decided to put this outfit on then, 'cause that means anyone that decides to throw something at me, I can just blind them with bright lights and funny colors.
All right.
All right. I actually thought that maybe I'd go to a rave or something when I was done with this, in this nice little virtual world, a little virtual LSD, get virtual high, maybe go on a virtual trip or something, I don't know. But now that the bad joke's out of the way, I'd just like to take a moment here and just point out to everyone that I am indeed a furry. I know. Some of you probably didn't quite realize that. And I just want to take a moment here and settle a misconception that most people outside of such circles have, that furries like having sex with animals. That, I can tell you right now, is not true. Furries actually have a great deal of respect for animals. We love animals, in fact. We actually love them so much we make sure to wear a condom first. Oh, yes, yes. We aren't really trendsetters or anything, you know. It's the people out there that say it's a good idea to follow the herd. We all say, fuck the herd. Got all kinds of positions that we can use for that, too. It's fantastic. I am, of course, kidding. We don't really have sex with animals. A lot of us aren't really into that. The majority of us, that is.
You have sex with humans.
I'm probably offending at least some people out there with those, though, so I suppose I should probably stop with that. You know, unless they're from Wales. I'm probably not offending them if they're from Wales. Then I'm probably just describing last Tuesday. I should probably be careful about what I say from someone from Wales, though. I probably would offend them just enough that they might want to come after me, but I'm not too worried, considering with all the billions of people there are in the world, it shouldn't be that hard for me to avoid 6 of them. I can say, though, I'd be downright screwed if I actually made any cracks about Mississippi. Those guys, they don't fuck around. But anyway, if the off-color sex jokes weren't any indication, and my cheap shots at Wales any indication, I did want to talk a little bit about relationships and sex tonight, which makes me dock a wonderful segue into me here.
Absolutely.
You know, because I have actually been in a few relationships myself. Shocking, I know. I'm a total rebel, because, you know, people just don't do that anymore. But there are a couple things I have observed that some folks don't quite realize about relationships. Like, for starters, guys, you can't immediately expect to sleep with a woman that you like by asking them. Remember, you have to club them in the head first, then you take them back to the cave. Likewise, ladies, make sure you're wearing a helmet for the clubbing. Those boys hit pretty hard, and I promise you, they're only looking to knock you out. They aren't trying to cause you any brain damage. I promise you that. Sometimes they just don't know their own strength. So, now that I got that out of the way, I do just want to also bring up something that leads into that little bit that's actually also very important. The act after what some might refer to as the horizontal mambo. That's sex, just to clarify for any children in the audience tonight. When you do finish up, that's probably the most important part of the moment, the part after the sex. A lot of people don't really care about what their partner, doesn't really care about their partner after sex. But that really is an important thing there. Think of it. You just shared the most intimate moment with a person you could have with someone else. So that's a good time to talk to your partner, get to know them a little better than you might be able to in other situations. Or, if you're anything like me, it's the perfect time to ask your partner if that new dress you got makes your butt look big.
Okay.
Something that I'm sure Lauren can relate to me with. Anyway, as much as I am exuding confidence and charisma that makes all the boys and girls want to latch onto me. Careful now, folks. Restrain yourselves. I know. Hard to just jump up here. But as much as I have that, I don't always have moments that are successful, because I can be a bit snarky at times, and not everyone cares for that. So I had a partner once that I tried to convince to try anal with me, and their very response to me was to just look at me and say, "Fuck that shit." So me being how I am, I just smiled and said, "That's the spirit!" It's not all about the sex, though. It really isn't all about the sex. Romancing your partner is a big part of it, too. You just gotta wine and dine them, show them a good time, and if you do good enough, then maybe if they like the job you do, then just maybe you'll get into that fateful moment that you can just with them, you know? Make sure that you know what you're doing, though. I knew a guy once that was so bad at romance that his own hand rejected him. So, now that I told you what the weekend was like, I think it's a good time for me to wrap it up, because I don't really have anything else worthwhile to say at this point. So, thanks for having me, folks.
Bravo! Way to go, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Just remember this, Beebman, premature ejaculation is only premature for the other person.
For you, it's right on time.
Oh, this is very true. It's very true.
Yeah, it's very true. All right, everyone. Everybody having a good time. We're doing this. We have no music afterwards. We got a great group going on here. Yep. I have a friend in Second Life who once voiced me. She was having virtual sex. She said he was so slow and so boring. I'm talking about Second Life. Can you imagine that? Yeah. So, anyhow, great mistakes in technology, you know. Naming something Microsoft and then also calling it a floppy. I mean, come on. We're naming this stuff, you know? Gore is building a new library. Anybody ever been to Gore here in Second Life? Anybody go check it out? Anybody ever wonder what's going on over there? Well, they got a new library. Yep. They're going to have the complete set of Gore. They're going to have a whole shelf full of How to Train Your Slave. Yep. They even have a book, How to Train Your Slave for Dummies.
You said Gore getting a library. I thought you meant Al Gore.
Oh, Al Gore, you thought. All right.
Yeah.
How to Train a Master. See, you're thinking politics right now.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, can you imagine that somebody might be president whose name is Mitt? I mean, Mitt. What is that? Like mittens. Come here, Mitt. Anyhow. So, yep. They also have a couple books on hair pulling 101. Yep. They have a shelf full of books on how to scream in caps. Do you ever notice one day you type something in caps by accident and somebody said you were screaming at them? I thought,
Whoops.
gee,
Caps lock was on. You hit the A button, you hit boom, caps lock.
can you scream in caps in Braille? How do you do that? What, do you just make the bumps a little bigger?
Stop shouting.
Yeah. One of the favorites, there's a little section in Gore Library. It's called, I'm a master in Gore, but I'm all alone in first life. Why? It must be really tough for a guy, Well, Second Life, he logs on, can't find whatever it is, and he finds that it's in the lost and found, his penis. I mean, that's really not great, Now, where have you been? Yeah. Yeah, anyhow, we'll have a lot of fun here in Second Life. Yeah. Remember when Linden Labs announced Mesh would be here? That was in 2009.
Save the world.
Right on time.
Yeah. What comes after Mesh? Does anybody know? I mean, we went through all these things. We went from NURBS. What are NURBS?
Materials.
Yeah.
What?
It's
There really
type
is
of
something?
material. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Listen to this, Haley. There's something after Mesh.
No.
There's a thing after Mesh called NURBS.
Yeah.
That's what nerds wear. They wear NURBS.
It's
God, I
something
can't
supposed
believe
to
it.
drape like an actual fabric. Like.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what they said Mesh was going to do.
Mesh was supposed to do, yeah.
It'll run smooth every time. Just wait.
All right.
Wrong.
Here's one of these other wonderful sort of chat log sex moments. This is between Blood Ninja and Goyle 13, okay? And Blood Ninja goes, okay, baby, we got to hurry. I don't know how long I can keep it ready for you. Girl 13, you'll figure it out by voice here. That's okay. I'm a Japanese schoolgirl. What are you? Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. A rhinoceros. Well hung like one, that's for sure. Okay, let's go. I put my hand through your hair and kiss you on the neck. I stomp the ground and snort and alert you that you are in my breeding territory. Okay, that turns me on. I start to unbutton your shirt. Rhinoceroses don't wear shirts. Well, you're not really a rhinoceros, silly. It's part of the game. Rhinoceroses don't play games. They're fucking charge your ass. Come on, let's be serious. It doesn't get any more serious than a rhinoceros about to charge your ass. I stomp my...
You know how you stop a charging rhinoceros?
Yeah.
Take away his cards.
Yeah.
Here's one of the first chat conversations ever recorded, okay, online. A, also called Predator,
Yeah.
and Melanie, okay. Hi, I'm 30 male. You? I'm 17, studying. Where do you study? JC, how about you? I'm working now. Oh, I see. What hobbies do you have? I like shopping, going out with my friends, movies, but I'm feeling quite bored because it's school right now. Oh, do you have a boyfriend? Ever go out with him? Oh, he's busy sometimes. How long have you been together already? Just a few months. Oh, I see. I'm single. Here's their second conversation, and this is it, all right? Hi there again, Melanie. Hello. So what do you usually do with your boyfriend? Okay, what couples usually do, like movies and go to his place sometimes. Go to his place to do what? Do you mind if I ask? Do you have sex with him? Are you a virgin? I think your Friendster profile pics are very hot. Does anybody remember Friendster? Yeah, they didn't come public at $100 billion. They came public at nothing and are gone. Yeah. Yep. And as you all know, there are a whole bunch of people out there, original people, 1,200 board. They got used to sex this way and can't have sex unless they hear, you know? The most amazing thing is there's at least one Japanese schoolgirl out there that no one believes. Anyhow, so next up is CatBoy, right? You ready, CatBoy?
Okay.
Chat boy?
CatBoy.
CatBoy is coming.
Oh, I thought it was Chat Boy. Isn't that like French for cat boy? Chat boy, or is it Chien boy?
Shut.
Shut.
It's Chat Boy because I'm so chatty all the time.
Okay. Chat boy. I like Chat boy. That's good.
All right.
Okay.
Well, actually, I am French Canadian. I was born in Montreal, so it works. All right. I want to start off with what the stuff that was in the news. Recently, you may have heard in China, there was a riot at a factory called Foxconn, Chinese factory. They had a dormitory there where people rioted. What I want to know is, why does a factory have a dormitory? I mean, what, you're not allowed to have a life outside of work, so it's no wonder people are rioting. But the first time I heard this, that Foxconn there's a riot at Foxconn, I thought, I swear to God, this is absolutely true. I thought there was a riot at a furry convention. That's what I thought. It was a furry con. It's like,
no
what do you
idea
mean?
how common that is.
What do you mean we're all out of anal lube and Cheetos? That's the first thing that came to my mind. Can you imagine a bunch of people dressed up like that just pounding on each other for real, though? I mean, not... Man. Oh, man, I would just die of laughter. It'd be like...
Foxconn.
You remember when... oh, God, you remember when... this was a long time ago. It was way back in the 90s. They had a strike with the mascots. And they had... Yeah, the mascots were on strike, like for NFL, all of them, and they had, scabs crossing the line, and they had people pounding on each other. And I thought, oh, that probably was the very first FurryCon, if you think about it. Anyway, I want to get on to, Lauren was talking about, like, if you're getting calls, like, how do you deal with people that are calling you, whatnot, and I actually came up with something. When when phones first had the little display thingy, and you would have an idea, it's like, oh, not found, well, okay, let's see if we can screw with these people. What I did was, I invented a fictional language that I called Taikapani. Taikapani. So whenever I got a phone call and somebody would call me, and it would, and I would say, okay, I have no idea who this is, or it says something, 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 or it's a 1-800, I would just answer the phone, and I invented a greeting, and in Taikapanese, the greeting is, La la hola apshashing. La la hola apsha. Half people would just hang up right away. Just right off the bat. Just bam. Like, forget it. But some people would hang with it. And they would go, can I speak to the man of the house? Because they're assuming, oh, God, if you're going to talk like that, you're obviously an immigrant cleaning woman or something like that. And some people would hang with it, and then they would go, is the man in the house? And I would go, Speaker Taikapani. That's when half more would hang up right up. It's like, oh, fuck it. But, there was this one time, this one person hung with there, and he held the phone away, and it's like, does anyone speak this stupid language? Anyone heard of it, Taikapani? And immediately I started ripping on, stupid language! It's not the language of my sacred ancestors! Speak it, Taikapani! Right, and of course, by the time I said that, it's obvious I do speak English. I'm just choosing to be an asshole, just for the sake of it. And I don't feel bad about that, because most of these calls come from Montreal anyway, and I'm just sticking it back to the French, as they've been doing to us since forever. Exactly the same way. Anyway, I want to show you all a picture of something. I came across this the other day. Where is it? I'm going to go into objects and come up with something, and it is Honey Boo Boo with her mom.
Oh God, no!
Yeah. Everyone see that?
I've seen this. I've seen this.
It's like Jabba the Hutt's a cross-dresser.
Yeah, that's the picture I saw.
Man, I mean,
Saw that one.
lady, you weigh 500 pounds. Your arm fat is bigger than your daughter. And your daughter looks like some sort of, like, twisted cross-dressing mini-me version of yourself. Yeah, mini-me, I talk. I mean, you're dolled up like a giant parading circus clown, and you decided, I'm not freaky enough. I need to push the envelope of this and make a duck face.
Yeah.
You know, while this picture's being taken. I mean, good God. This woman is enormous. This woman is big enough to headline the main event of the next WrestleMania. I mean, can you imagine? It's
Shows
like,
you there is life after Jerry Springer.
oh God, it's like John Cena's got Triple H pinned. John Cena's got a pin. Oh no, here comes Big Moolah. Big Moolah's in. Oh, she's on the third rope. Oh, Big Moolah splash. John Cena's not getting up from that one. Not Triple H either, because apparently she would just kill everybody. You know, if she just hauled into the ring. There is something I want to talk
She has her
to.
own television show, and some of us
Oh,
are on
God.
the stage in Second Life.
I know. It's Honey Boo Boo has her own TV show. By the way, you should know something. If you want to watch something really truly bizarre, there's this family is made up of teenage girls. None of them go to school. All of them are going to wind up pregnant. The one of them that is most recently pregnant just gave birth to a baby that has 3 thumbs, and I'm not making that up. How perfect is that? He has 2 thumbs on his left hand, and that is the absolute truth because of inbreeding and God knows what else is going on in that family. Anyway, while I'm on the subject of wrestling, there was something I wanted to bring up. Jerry Lawler. Has anyone heard Jerry Lawler? Anyone remember him?
Yes.
King.
Yes, the King, Jerry Lawler. He worked with one of the greatest comedians of all time, Andy Kaufman, and he had a heart attack on live TV about 2 weeks ago. And yes, he's okay now. He was on Monday Night Raw, just fine. But I don't know if you remember this, but Jerry Lawler was involved in the most awesome practical joke of all time with Andy Kaufman. This was way back in 78, 79, where Andy Kaufman pretended that he was a wrestler. And he beat up on women just to prove what a tough guy he was. And this got a lot of people emotionally riled up. And I bought the whole thing. I was dragged right into it. I saw it. And I actually was watching David Letterman with Jerry Lawler when Andy Kaufman was on. And Jerry Lawler got up and punched Andy Kaufman in the face and stormed off the stage. And that made... That's right. That made evening news. When I had no idea that this was a giant put on until the movie came out, Man on the Moon, and when I found out that this whole thing was just theater, I instantly fell in love with Andy Kaufman. I thought this was the most brilliant thing of all time. I thought it was great. I absolutely love it. So when Jerry Lawler, unfortunately, was having his heart attack on Monday Night Raw, I was thinking, and of course in the back of my head, I'm going, Is he pulling in Andy Kaufman? Because a lot of people think Andy Kaufman faked his own death. So I'm sitting there going, do they have a safety word on the WWF to say, no, I'm not faking this. This is real. And the problem is, what if he's having a stroke like Jim Ross had? If you can't even say the safety word if you're having a stroke. So how the hell do you let anyone know this is real? This is actually happening. I need a real doctor, not. But it was very scary when it was going down, because when you saw it, it did look very real. Like this was not a scripted thing. And he received CPR on live TV with everyone watching. And when Lawler came on later on, he said he thought that it was very unfortunate that everyone had to see that. He didn't think it was appropriate for television. And I thought, Lawler, you got nothing to apologize for. You don't get to choose when you have a heart attack. Seriously, I mean, can you imagine some guy, like some big stressful dude is going, Miriam, can you schedule my coronary between 3 and 4 p.m.? If not, try to get it in the late afternoon. After all, we don't want to interrupt the surgeon's tee-off time at the local club, now do we? Yes. Now back to Honey Boo Boo. I'm going to delete this. I think Honey Boo Boo has the potential of being a supervillain. Because if that girl doesn't get her pony on her 7th birthday, the world's going to have to die. If you think about it. Oh, I'm not
well, at
getting
least
a
now
pony.
we know when the world's really going to end.
Oh, I'm not getting a pony. Well, fine then. The
When
world
Mom
has
eats.
to die. Yeah. Anyway, another
Heath
thing.
Ledger plays Honey Boo Boo.
Oh my. Well, you know what? That's a whole comedy routine in itself. I'll have to think about actors that play Honey Boo Boo. Let's get Danny DeVito out, make him cross-dress. Put him in a pink dress. I think that would work. Speaking of movies, there was a really funny thing that was trending on Twitter. I'm going to quote some other people. I got some of my own work in here, and it is movies that were demoted. Demoted movies. Like, think of Captain America. It's been demoted to Lieutenant America. That sort of thing. So here's a list of demoted movies, all right? Like, all the superheroes, there's the impressive Hulk. Not quite incredible, but he's impressive. There's Aluminum Man. He's recyclable. He's recyclable. Oh, one of my favorite films of all time, the Rocky Horror After School Special.
I think I've seen that one.
And a mobster film, So-So Fellas.
So.
So-So. They're so-so. They're not quite. They're okay, you know. And my favorite, I love these war films, classic war films like A Bridge Just Far Enough. Schindler's Post-it Note. That'll work in with the Jewish holiday one right there. And also some comedies like There's Nothing About Mary. Nothing at all. There's nothing about it. Action films like The French-Canadian Connection. Much more exciting, Judge Dredge's Small Claims Court. And classic science fiction films like Police Action of the Worlds. And of course the sequel, When Worlds Slightly Graze Each Other. Only some of you will get that if you remember that old classic one.
Worlds Collide, yes.
Yep. And my favorite classic of all time with Paul Newman and Robert Redford, David Cassidy and the Sundance Film Festival. And that's all I got for tonight.
Whoa, fantastic.
All right.
Fantastic. I think we could do the Pistols of Navarone.
The BB guns.
BB guns of Navarone.
Do you feel lucky, punk? Do you?
Grungy Harry.
Anyhow, everybody having a good time tonight? Are we having a good time? Yeah, we're having some fun. Yeah. I'll tell you, this is just for you, by the way. This is kind of fun, humor around the world. This is Canadian. You are Canadian, right? CatBoy?
Here's CatBoy, yeah, right here. Shut the boy.
So you know you're Canadian when you only know 3 spices, salt, pepper, and ketchup. Driving is better in the winter because the potholes are filled with snow. You find minus 40 degrees a little chilly.
The warm spring.
The trunk of your car doubles as a deep freeze.
Yeah, my beer fridge is my back door.
You choose a Halloween outfit that fits over a snowsuit. The local paper covers national and international headlines on page 2, but requires 3 pages for hockey.
Here, I got one for you. This is a true one. There's a bylaw that says you cannot dress up as a baby seal for Halloween or else you get eaten by polar bears.
Oh.
That's true.
Here's from Australia. What do you call a woman who can balance 8 beers on her head? Beatrix.
Matrix.
Here's from Belgium. Well, you see, there are basically 3 kinds of people in the world. Those who can count and those who can't. Think of Belgium. Okay. It takes a moment.
That's from Belgium?
Yeah, this is from France. You know you're a high-priced lawyer. If I give you 500 euros, will you answer 2 questions? Absolutely. What's the second question? Sweden, a guy phones the local hospital and yells, "You gotta send help. My wife's in labor." Nurse says, "Calm down. Is it her first child?" He replies, "No, this is her husband." Yeah, I like this. South Africa, they just have a picture. Potholes next 9,600 kilometers. Oh, yeah. You know it's going to be a bad day in Second Life when you res in a sim and you don't recognize. By the way, wouldn't it be great? Have some friends come in Second Life, and a bunch of us are all hanging together, and we just decided ahead of time, so when they come in, they go, "Hi, Haley. Hi." And we just said, "We don't know you." You know?
By the way, Myth is here.
Hey, Myth. As a matter of fact, Sinov is here, too. Myth is here, yes, and Sinov is here, and we got Zibliminal is here. What, are you trying to promote Myth? We get Myth. If Myth wants to do some stuff, does Myth have anything to do? He should have come for the whole show. What? You can't come to the end of the show and ask to do a gig, right? Do you?
No.
I don't know. Can you even hear us, Myth? Are you just the Myth? So, hey, Pearly. I see you, Pearly. How are you, sweetie? Yeah. Yep.
The figment of your imagination, that's all.
You ever wake up in bed in First Life
Thank
and
you,
turn to your partner and go, "Is this a sex gen bed?" Can you ever turn to your husband or partner and go, "Can I have the HUD now?" Yeah. You ever TP in Second Life and spill your glass of wine in First Life? Yeah. How many people burned out a keyboard by spilling something on it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I came close.
Yeah. And what do you do? You know, this is why people don't smoke cigarettes anymore. How about those who were driving cars, smoking a cigarette and drop between their legs while they're driving? How many accidents are now no longer a fact because of that, right? Yeah.
There and did that. It wasn't much fun.
You know it's going to be a bad day if you wake up face down on the pavement, right? This Myth says he wants to do something or not. Think you let me know, because I'm getting IMs. Look at this one. This one's coming in from World of Warcraft. By the way, isn't there? Oh, heads up! There's an acre coming. Did we get the acre or not? Or was that earlier? Did we miss it, or did we get it? Yeah.
You did miss it.
Oh, okay. So, yep. By the way, I'm supposed to announce to any of you that still have dead acres, we're not taking them anymore. We're all filled up. Yeah.
Abandoned acres.
Yeah. You know, you get an update and log on to somebody else. Say, wow, they have better clothes than I do, right? I don't know what Kermit is. Kermit speaking over there? I can't see. Yeah.
No, Kermit's not been.
Okay.
Kermit is suggesting a song.
I remember going to Excite one day. They said
How
they
did
had
Myth
vibrators.
die?
What? Are you
How
talking
did
again
Myth
where
die?
we can't? Oh,
Yeah,
who's that?
it's me,
Saberman?
it's
Saberman, how are you?
I'm fine, Lauren, thank you.
Oh,
How
it's
did
good to
Myth
see you.
die?
How do you Myth die?
No, how did Myth die?
How did Myth die?
He committed suicide. Kermit? Ted?
Oh, Kermit.
It's still over my head. I'm sorry. I haven't worked my way up to the Sesame Street yet.
One circle.
Yeah. I returned a vibrator I bought from Excite. Said it had 5 speeds. I said I couldn't get any of them to work. They said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I'm in Second Life. Nothing vibrates here." What are you kidding? Yeah. How to make your own French flag. Well, that's interesting. Wait until Bastille Day. You have to make it out of white, right? So, anybody from Europe in here right now? How's that whole thing going? Is Germany bailing everybody out yet? Because we got
I'm
Ben
from
Bernanke.
Europe.
Yeah? We got Ben Bernanke. This is a guy who ate the whole box of Oreos and said, "I'll have another."
Yeah.
Is everyone clipping their clipping their voice? No, we're not. It's got to be you, Magic. I'm sorry. So let's see who's around here. Oh, look who else is here. Moxie Barracuda, you're here too? Hey, Moxie, baby, how are you? You're looking good in that T-shirt. You must be working out at the gym. So, Charlize, you're here. Oh, wow, and Celise is here. Billy Kay is here reporting on all this. He's taking back information and going to write it up to the one other person that's reading his column now. Granny is here. Wow. Boy, we got a bunch of people here. Yep. I just want to let you know tonight is Yom Kippur. So if I piss you off next year, I'm apologizing now. So you won't bother me for a whole year. I'm front running Yom Kippur. Yeah. 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 Don't you love this? I mean, I saw that new Apple iPhone. Did you see the new 5? Yeah. You know, girls, if you take your iPhone 4 and you just rub it up and down, it sort of becomes an iPhone 5. Rub it enough, right? I don't know what the heck that is. Anyhow. I mean, I think the thing just looks a little bit freaky, right? You know, it's a little supersized. Isn't that right? Is that a supersized? Yeah. So what is Apple going to do next? I mean, now that they've done this, what can they possibly do next? You know? I mean, everybody's waiting for an Apple TV. Wouldn't that be great?
Great.
Yeah, it'll only show you what they want you to see. I can just see it now. Here are the 5 shows. It's
Cost you
just
3 times as much.
right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I've been looking for a dermatologist in Second Life. My pixels are getting old finally, you know, I'm telling you. You would think they would do that, right? They'll come up with the next update where they'll age us for staying here so that all of a sudden our skin will sag.
Goody.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys, the duffel bags will turn into sad sacks.
I won't have that problem. I can just buy a new avatar when I age.
Oh. Yeah. Can you imagine if men got pregnant, what the world would be like, right?
Oh yeah, the abortions would be tax deductible.
Yeah. Yeah. Children would be kept in a hospital until they were toilet trained.
Until they're 25.
Yeah. So what do you think of the elections coming up? We can vote early and vote often. I mean, it's great. It's elections. I've been noticing time after time after time, democracy is something where I have a choice between 2 people I don't really like. I mean, at least back in a dictatorship, I don't have a fucking choice. I just don't like them. Oh, yeah. Yep. And whatever happened to some of the people that were running before? You know, is Governor Perry fooling around with Michelle Bachmann? Yeah. And who's going to run next time for you know, if on the Democratic side, who do they have, you know? Oh, are we going to get, what is this? We got a conference from people I don't want to be, and then what did Saber give me? Say, oh, you've given me something. Am I supposed to read this? Is this from you? All right, let's see. Is this a poem? This is a very long poem, isn't it? We don't read poetry here because nobody...
It's a short story.
Oh, it's a short story. Okay, because we don't do poetry. I'm telling you, this is not a poetry. Matter of fact, this is the Poetry Hate
like
Society.
poetry. Yeah.
It's a short story that rhymes, that's all.
Right. We tried poetry when we were in school. We didn't like it then either.
We're live. We don't like it.
Here we go. This is by Saberman Carter. I said in local chat today that my love life in Second Life is complicated. Well, you're about to find out just how complicated. Is this fiction or fact? You decide. The talk in Second Life was about role reversal and how this can be achieved in Second Life. The guy giving the talk was boring, and sorry to say that I was falling asleep during his lecture. I had not slept for 4 nights, which isn't unusual for me, seeing that I suffer from sleep deprivation. Well, if you don't sleep, you definitely have sleep deprivation, okay? That's simple, which is also diagnosed as sleep apnea. And this program wouldn't let me spell that correctly. So how does role reversal fit into the talk today, and why does that really affect me? I like to dance and chat the ladies up and have fun, but this day I was actually at a poetry meeting. I knew you were going to get poetry in this goddamn thing. You got poetry in here. There's poetry in this fucking thing. I mean, come on. Here I am. You said there was no poetry in it. You got poetry in it.
I know poetry when I see a poetry.
Yeah. There was poetry coming in here. All right. When I asked the lady what she wanted and why she was here, I nearly fell backwards off my chair. You see, a rhyming shit. Why she was here, and I nearly fell off my chair. This is poetry, I'm sure of it. In amazement when she said without batting an eyelid and cool as a cucumber that she wanted to suck my dick. Oh, no, I wasn't expecting that answer. The fact is, I was taken back by what she said. Later, she said something else that equally strange, and I had to reply, sorry, but I'm trying to concentrate on hosting the poetry event. See? That's twice the poetry came up, all right? You're doing good with the girl, but here we go. All right. Good night. Good man. And so now you're asking what this has to do with the role reversal. The answer came a few days later, and we partnered and were making love for the first time. Then out of nowhere, she said to me, do you mind if I wear a she-male penis? So I said, no, I don't mind as you do. That's poetic, right? I don't mind as you do? That's very interesting. Well, she put me through all the animations on sex bed menu, then happened next to make me sit up and ask what happened. I received a message from her sex HUD saying that I was pregnant and that she had a new partner was the father, which made me sit up and take notice when it said, congratulations, you are pregnant, and my partner was named as the father. It also said you can take a pill to stop the birth. You have 9 days before the baby is born. Well, I didn't take the pill, and it's almost 24 hours since we made love for the first time. What's the next 9 days have to offer? I have no idea. Maybe I will have my partner's baby, then maybe not. Who knows? I have to get my head around the fact that I'm a guy, and in real life, guys can't have babies. But this is Second Life. Anything and everything is possible in Second Life. All right, we got just a little more. So day one, no change in my body, and I was thinking about Daddy becoming a mummy, so we'll just have to see if the sex HUD got it wrong. A big black phallus, oh, so dire, makes me wonder if I'm on fire and explode. See, you did this poetry again. Well, she'll respect me in the morning, especially if I end up having a baby. God, this is so weird, and what is it true? That she's the woman in the man, is that she, the woman, is the man, and I, the man, am really a woman. Well, I said it's weird. Okay, well, that was really fun. That's great. Okay, so what's new? I have a baby too. Okay, and yeah, in Second Life, Lula, and she sounds just like me. If you find yourself with her, she closed down the teen grid. She went over there and just went around to all the teens. Go, you want to have sex with me? Hey, want to play with my ninnies? And that, ladies and gentlemen, sums up another hour of Tuesday with Lauren and her friends and all the rest of you who showed up tonight. And just goes to prove there are Palestinians. No. That's a bad joke. I know. I couldn't help it.
Well, I laughed at it.
I laughed.
Don't you love in Facebook somebody who sends you a message asking you if you want to play SimCity? Don't they see what the hell you are in Facebook? Lauren Whalen, okay? Comedian Second Life. Right. I want to play SimCity.